Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. You know who it is. It's your girl, PhatGyrlSnoop, and you know why I am here, and that's to bring you all the celebrity D's from the streets. Let's get into this I Love New York reunion last night. Did you watch it? In case you did not, I am here to bring you the highs and the lows of this reunion. Now, it's been over 10 years since Tiffany New York Pollard was seeking love on VH1's I Love New York. And it's quite possible to say that no other reality show personality has the quite loyal fan base that Tiffany has. Her dating show made an attempt to help Tiffany find love, and Tiffany's fans came to her defense when ABC announced that Rachel Lindsay was the actual first bachelorette, a black bachelorette. And we all know that it was actually Tiffany who was actually the first black woman on a reality show to have her dating show, which was like really, give the woman flowers while she is here. Now, Tiffany reunited with several of her former suitors. This was a quarantine reunion special. It was hosted by Vivica A. Fox. Also, Tiffany's mother, Sister Patterson, who we all know and love. She was a great asset to the show. We also saw past contestants, lovers like Tango, Taylor Made, White Boy, and Mr. Boston. Now, on the reunion, it aired last night. Tiffany discussed how the show affected her life, which she wished the contestants. She was talking about the contestants that she wishes she kept longer, and of course, where she stood with Flavor Love's Flavor Flav. She said that they don't keep in touch, but when they do see each other, it's always love and mutual respect. In fact, it seems that for all the drama on the show, there's nothing but love and respect between Tiffany and most of her past suitors. Now, as a human, we all know that time heals all wounds. As long as you show up in person, to basically, right your rights and wrong your wrongs. Now, we were all looking for Chance, but if you were watching, we also saw that Chance did not actually show up. But I am here, like I said, to bring you the nice moments as well as some awkward moments and disses and digs from the reunion show last night. Now, one of the lows was Mr. Boston. He took some low digs at Tiffany when it came down to her smoking habit. Now, Mr. Boston, his real name is Lee Marks. He was said that by Tiffany that he was the best kisser of his season. Now, in response to that honor, Mr. Boston said that he was worried about getting lung cancer just by making out with Tiffany. And they asked him if he really dated her arch rival. Her name is Pumpkin. She was also a contestant on New York Flavors of Love. He actually dated Pumpkin after he was on the show with Tiffany, and he responded that basically that he doesn't talk to Pumpkin anymore. And then when they asked him, was it cool for him to date somebody off the same show as New York, he responded, well, I'm allowed to date whoever I want, right? Now, overall, Mr. Boston's appearance on the reunion was best summed up by Sister P, where she said, he's so stupid. Okay. And he was. Now, in Tiffany's defense, she did clap back to Mr. Boston in the most nice way when she told him, hey, I stopped smoking 8 years ago. Now what? Now, moving on. Now, remember White Boy. Now, he was the one with the mellow vibe, and he took Tiffany up on not the roller coaster. What's the circle one? I can't think of it right now. But he was on the ride with Tiffany. some kind of carnival ride. And they were up there. She was eating her carrots and her celery with her favorite ranch dressing. It was getting all over her face. He was the one that wiped her face. Now, it was clear that when it came to White Boy, they said that he was very charming. He did not actually come on the show, but he was actually filming remotely in his house in Miami. And then he greeted everyone warmly before Vivica actually called out the elephant in the room, which is his dreadlocks. Now, it had to be said because when we last saw him 10 years ago, he didn't have any hair, and then he shows up with that long to his ass dreadlocks. Now, when it was asked to what he was up to these days, his response was he was getting his mind, body, and soul right. Okay. But what I didn't know about White Boy is he's actually good friends with the Miami singer Pitbull. They actually grew up with each other for about 25 years. And he was actually in Pitbull's Super Bowl commercial back when Pitbull was on the Super Bowl. So, I mean, that was pretty awesome. Oh, excuse me, Pitbull was not on Super Bowl, but he was actually in the commercial. Now, there was another, I guess, highlight moment where we got to see Taylor Made come in. Now, Taylor Made was the guy that Tiffany actually chose and got engaged to. And when they asked her, what happened between her and Taylor Made, Tiffany replied, "We really gave it a real shot. I moved in with him, but my attitude got in the way. I ruined that relationship single-handedly." It's clear that Tiffany still has love for Taylor Made. His real name is George Weisgerber. Don't come at me for the pronunciation. Now, when he arrived on screen, he was also like White Boy. He did not actually show up on the stage, but he was filming remotely at his home. He performed a rap for Tiffany. While the first half of the rap was cute, it paid homage to their relationship. The second half had to be a freestyle he came up with on the fly. In response to Mr. Boston's segment, he rapped, "Yo, Boston, Tiff didn't deserve that. She's a queen and Pumpkin is whack. If you wasn't on the show, would she even flirt back?" Now, after all the cheers, settled down, Tiffany explained that Taylor Made really was the one that got away. You could see that she was visibly emotional as she told him how responsible she felt for the ending of their relationship. Now, Sister Patterson also had nothing but love for Taylor Made, and she said, "I'm so glad that I met him. He is a wonderful man." Now, another highlight was entertainers' emotional journey. Now, the energy in the room was so high when the entertainer arrived. Now, everyone loved Frank the Entertainer. And what was even more cool about his appearance was that he went from laughing and joking about sucking Tiffany's soapy toes to tearfully paying tribute to his deceased father, who appeared on the show the next minute, causing Vivica and Frank to share a strange bonding moment because Vivica actually lost her father as well. And then 5 seconds later, the energy was ridiculous again with Frank screaming, "I love New York." Remember that? Now, Frank is now a professional dumpster diver. And another high was that I thought was a great high was Tango and Tiffany's roller coaster ride of forgiveness. Now, remember when Tiffany's eyelashes started to fly away on their boating escapade a few years ago? Tango was there to catch them. And when Tango actually showed up on stage, he presented Tiffany with the lashes that she thought were long gone. Creepy, maybe. Are we here for this kind of crazy? I absolutely am. When we last saw Tango in the I Love New York season 1 reunion, he angrily broke off his engagement to Tiff by telling her off for being disrespectful to him and his mother. Now, on the Reunited special, he explained that he regretted how he behaved. He was just young and hurt to properly express his emotions back then, but then Tango had some grievances to air, especially in regards to the comments that Tiffany made about his mother. Now, Tiffany, she absolutely denied ever saying anything bad about Mama Tango, but the messy show producers pulled up the footage of her saying that his mother was built like a brick wall, plain and big. Now, to his credit, Tango doesn't ignite the beef any further, and things even turn a flirty towards the end. And Tango saying that Tiffany was actually the one that got away. But like I said, it was a major person that was missing from this reunion, and it was the one suitor who refused to participate in the I Love Reunited special, and that was the man that Tiffany regretted not choosing, and that was Chance. Now, when Vivica asked Tiffany about him earlier in the Reunited special, Tiff compared him to Tango, whom she did choose, and she said that Chance was the comedian and he was so energetic and he stroked me in a different way. And when I say stroke me in a different way, I mean literally. Yes, literally. Tiffany said they were banging on the production's door for condoms when they were in Jamaica, because it got just that raw. Well, I can't say raw if they were actually asking for condoms, but you get the gist. She said that she always wondered where they could have been. Now, Tiffany was clearly pissed that he did not show up, saying that it felt like that he turned his back on her. She said for him to not be here tonight, it feels like he stood me up. Now, Tango went more deeper. According to Tango, he came there to be a real man. And although he admitted that things did not go the way that it should have went or that he wanted to go, he still came to show respect for Queen Miss New York. Now, Tango really, it just seemed like he was just so happy that all the negative energy was lifted off of him, and he, when it came down to Chance, he said that Chance was actually, well, it was Mr. Boston that actually came in and said that Chance was a coward for not showing up. Okay, now we do not know why Chance didn't show up, and the crazy part is that Tiffany was actually on Chance's date and reality show, One More Chance, on the Zeus Network. She was on the show. We still don't know why she was on the show. All we saw in the trailer was that she kissed him. We don't know what went on behind the scenes, but whatever it was, whatever happened behind the scenes, Chance pretty much kicked Tiffany to the curb, and it may be safe to say that he didn't want the drama associated with the show. It's really, it was very hard to watch. Now, Another thing that was hard to watch is when they actually honored Chance's brother. Real name is Ahmad Gibbons. He was also a contestant on the show. He sadly passed away from cancer back in 2015. Now, Real was a genuine friend to many on the show. We found out that him and Tango were actually close, and he read a letter, a short note, that Real wrote him after Real was eliminated from the show. Now, Tango explained that the main reason that he was so upset with Chance, and that the fact that Chance wasn't a part of the reunion is because Real hoped for a reconciliation between these two. And according to Tango, he came here, aside from showing respect to Tiff, to make sure that the world knew that two black men could be cool and work things out. And that was something that Real told me that he wanted to see. And let me tell you, when they did, I tried not to get teary-eyed when they was talking about Real, but it was like so sad because you could actually see that Real was actually a real genuinely nice guy. I mean, you could just tell on the show. And I'm sure that Chance is somewhere watching. Hopefully he'll be able to forgive New York or whatever happened between the Zoo show and him showing up for the reunion. Now, what we did not expect to see is one of the contestants. His name was Million. His real name is Jamal Truelove. But he was there he was one of the first ones that was eliminated. But the cool thing, I guess the most triumphant thing about his story was that he was falsely imprisoned for a murder he didn't commit. He was sentenced to 50 years in prison. And after 6 years, he was acquitted. Now, since his release, he's become an advocate for others like him. Though it felt a little out of place to tell such a serious story on a light-hearted show such as I Love New York, I mean, his story was so compelling. Now, lastly, the lowest of the low moment was Mr. Boston's lap dance. Now, look, people, look. I have no, listen, I believe I dance like a white girl. I mean, I believe I have a little bit of rhythm, but I don't got nothing against, white people who dance, but damn, Mr. Boston, you need to get some damn rhythm. Like I said, I have nothing against Mr. Boston, and I feel bad about saying this, but when Vivica asked the men of the show if they had any regrets about their time with New York, Mr. Boston said the only regret that he didn't have was that he was not able to give her more lap dances. Now, as a result, he performed a fully clothed, thank God, socially distanced one for her on stage. And I have to say, nah. Keep that lap dance in Boston, buddy. Just keep it in Boston, okay? Don't bring that back to New York. Thank God. He didn't have that black thong on that he had 10 years ago. I mean, that black thong was up his flat ass so much, and he was dancing, slapping his ass. Oh my gosh, it was a time. Well, if you didn't watch it, I'm sure it's on your DVR if you didn't set it. But, it is worth watching and going down memory lane. And it was just good. And at the end, which was the best high, Tiffany announced that she is engaged. Yes. So she was, sporting her little rock with her diamond. And she didn't get into who she was engaged to, but I am happy for her. She seems so happy. And I mean, it was just a great reunion show all together. Oh boy, time has came and went by so fast. It is my time is up, but make sure that you let me know your 2 cents on this I Love New York Reunited special. And make sure if you like this podcast, please click like and subscribe so you can hear my 2 cents. And you know where you can find me every day on my website, PhatGyrlSnoop.com. That's PhatGyrl Snoop.com. And if you are a new listener, you can catch me every day on all the streaming platforms. And like I said, you can catch me on my website, PhatGyrlSnoop.com. And remember that it's PHAT as in pretty, hot, and tempting. Y'all, the Thanksgiving weekend is around the corner. I am excited. I have my brother in town. And I'm going to make sure to act like the sickening big sister that he has known to come to love. And I want you guys to make sure you love your family and hang on to your family, because we're not promised tomorrow. So make sure you hug your family and tell them that you love them today. Well, I hope you guys have a happy Tuesday. Bye for now.
What was her name again?
What's good is your favorite